I have suffered over 2 decades of trauma. When I first got into content creating and allowing people to follow my journey, I was kind of nervous of people how I would be perceived, because I'm like, well, I don't have a license in anything. Who am I to tell people what they should or shouldn't be doing when I'm not even a therapist? However, I recently had this revelation of being like, I am the best teacher because I have survived this. I have overcome this. 2 decades, over 20 years of intense suffering, of being manipulated, of being gaslighted, of being tortured, literally tortured. I've been in rock bottom more times than I would like to admit. I have did terrible things to people, and I've had terrible things done to me. And I had to learn how to forgive myself. I had to learn to forgive others, people that are never going to give me an apology. And I had to learn to take all of that pain and suffering and that darkness and alchemize it into the brightest light and create the life that I always wanted to live, that I knew that I deserved. And a lot of times, because of the things that we did or because of things that were done to us, we feel like our voice doesn't matter or that we don't deserve great things. And I just want to remind you that is by far the truth. If anything, you deserve it more. If you're still able to show up for yourself, regardless of your past and what it's looked like, regardless of the person that people have painted you out to be, and you're still able to show up in your authentic self, even if people are like, well, that's not how she is, or she didn't used to do that, and still be like, well, this is who I am now. This is who I'm going to continue to be. This is who I want to be, and I'm going to strive to be that person. Be that. Like, you are the greatest teacher. Your pain is the greatest lesson. And that lesson needs to be taught to others who are going through the same amount of suffering as you have. I'm to the point now where I truly thank God for my trauma. Like, what a blessing it is to have survived all of those things that I could listen. One of these days I'll share my story with you guys. It's just I need to break it down because I could write a book to survive that. And to know that you're still here. Like, there's nothing in this world that could shake me at this point, because I've been through it all. You ask it, you name it, I've probably been through it. And this is just a reminder just to use your pain as your purpose. Like, that is your purpose. You have such a beautiful story to tell. Like, there's so much beauty in the pain that came out of that. And that's what people need to hear, is they need to hear the realness. They need to hear that people have been through this and they have survived it. Not just go and sit and listen to somebody just go back and forth about your problems. Which therapy is great. I'm not shunning therapy at all. But I just want to remind you that even if you don't have a license in something, your voice still matters. Your voice still is powerful.